I need to get a cooler backdrop for this, don't I? The bedroom look just isn't cool at all. This doesn't feel like a vlog. This feels like an invasion of my home. I should get a black screen like Spammels or something. Stay tuned, maybe that'll happen someday. Hello everybody, my name is Ed and welcome to another Game Hog Month in review. July has passed us by, so why don't we, Guy, try and oh fuck, I was trying to do rhyming and it didn't work. My brain stopped when I realized what I was trying to do, but yeah, July has finally gone, so I thought we'd go through the videos that we've done, take a look at what they were, the games we did, and what I thought of them, and what you guys thought of them as well. When you hear about the game and you get refreshed with that in your memory, do let me know in the comments what you thought of it and which game was your favourite of this month, because I'm always excited to know what you guys enjoy and what you don't. We did kick off with a little bit of Overwatch competitive, where I jumped back in for the first time with some friends and we were playing and I wanted to record it, and oh god, we sucked. We did so badly. I don't think we won a single game. I mean, I think we maybe won a round, but that was it. We just got absolutely wrecked, and it's been a while since I played Overwatch, but I am trying to form another team with some friends at work because I like the idea of being on a six-man team. I like games where you're all working towards the same goal, and when you've got 6 people who are regular, you can work on being individual roles, and you can work on your weaknesses and stuff, and you know what's going wrong because it's always your fault. You can't blame that extra person, because normally we play with between 3 to 5 of us, sometimes 6 with like my friends, but mostly it's 3 or 4. So you have, you know, most of the team is comprised of us, but the rest is strangers who we can't communicate with, or if we do communicate with them, they're salty and horrible and it's not fun and nobody wants to do that. So, you know, it's something I've been wanting to get back into, but this really showed me that I suck at it and I need to get back into practicing. So maybe I'll do some more Overwatch videos of me trying to get back into it, maybe even with Doomfist or something, but if you guys want to see that, do let me know. Did some more Oh Sir the Hollywood Roast. I do enjoy that game because I like I like doing the silly like Blackadder length insults. They're fun, and I like doing those against the strange opponents who all have very quirky personalities, but because I've kind of done what feels like them all now, it doesn't really feel that refreshing. Maybe I'll find some workshop content and do more of that, but only if you guys want it. If you're like, oh, I really liked this video this month and you didn't do any more. Oh god, speaking of, I need to get back on with Night in the Woods. It's been over a month since I did one of those. I didn't do a single episode of it in July, did I? I've been procrastinating the video, I'm sorry. I'll be honest, like coming home after a long day of work, which takes an hour to get to, I think I've said this before, I'm so tired in the evenings, and sometimes I'm having to sit and record 2 or 3 in one night so I can do things on other evenings, you know, after work. But it's hard for me to catch up, and so I am so sorry when videos are late and stuff, like sometimes they won't come online till 9, 10, and that's because I've been ill prepared and haven't got them done. But I'm trying to make sure I'm always ahead, and I'm trying to make sure I get to fresh content again, but I'll come back to that at the end of the vlog. Let's crack on with what we did. More PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Obviously, I love that game, and if you guys are enjoying seeing reasonably regular videos of that, do let me know. The reason those are so regular is because I play this game every single night, pretty much, because it's just great fun, and I love playing it with my friends, and so I'm gonna keep uploading videos of it, kind of whether you like it or not, just because they're so much fun for me, and it feels fun doing the kind of friend vibe where we're all just having a good time and just chatting about random stuff, and it's kind of like a best bits compilation, like in the last one that we did at the end of the month, that's not out yet. No, they just came out on day of recording. Oh god, I'm all over the place. We had loads of fun going to all like the main places, like the school and the power station and stuff, and then we did a stupid stunt where Shady jumped off the cooling tower, landed on me, and then we resurrected him. It was great fun. You can't do shit like that in other games, so that's why I'm really enjoying that. But, you know, other than the loads of pub ones that we did, we also had the Trial of the Sword from Breath of the Wild, because that was the new DLC that came out, and obviously Breath of the Wild is arguably one of the best games of all time, and so it's very nice to have some more refreshing content to give me more reason to go back and play it, because I'll be honest, once I finished the storyline, my replay value of it kind of diminished, because I watched so many Let's Plays of it as well, like Game Grumps doing it and other people like that, and I really enjoyed seeing them play it and seeing them experience things, and actually I vicariously played the game through them, because the amount that I was watching back this stuff and going, oh yeah, great, I've been there. And then going into my game and going, wait a minute, no, I haven't. I think it's because I watched my brother play it on my account. And so I'm going, it says I visited here, but I don't remember visiting here and stuff like that. But I wasn't very good at the Trial of the Sword. I tried to get through the beginner trials. I can't remember how many rooms there are, maybe 12. And we got to the 11th room on the final run. And that was so bleak. And I was trying so hard. I got so close on so many different occasions. And I haven't even done it in my free time yet. Maybe I'll try that again, but I've really been trying to play the master mode on Zelda because that's challenging and it's like Dark Souls, and I like Dark Souls, and there was another Dark Souls video at the end of the month, but we'll get to that, so crack on. So we had some arms ranked, which was good fun. I actually did pretty well, and I'm fairly sure the Luke and James play headband did actually help me this time. I think I did actually manage to kill some people. But the next thing that Luke and James play recommended to me that I hated was Vaccine. Vaccine is a weird Resident Evil 1 homage kind of game. It's also randomly generated, so every time you go in, it's a totally different game. So when you launch in, you're in a bed with your friend who's writhing and having a seizure, and then you've got to go and look for the vaccine. Fairly simple, but there's zombies, and you have tank controls, which for those of you who don't know what that is, it's you turn left and right on the spot, and then walk forward from that. You can't really... it feels so awful. I hate it, but it's just probably because I'm not used to it. But I tell you, the best experience I've had with that was actually when Luke and James Play came up to visit me at my flat, and I was having a go at them for recommending me this game. And then Luke and I shared one half of the Wiimotes, of the Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons each. And we had so much fun doing that. I don't know, I think I was on the action buttons, that was it. So I was doing the stabbing and the opening the doors, and Luke was managing the movement, which I couldn't stand and couldn't get the hang of. So once that bit had been removed, I actually really enjoyed the game. And actually, that's kind of a video I'd like to do with Luke. I'm trying to sort out a multiple recording setup in here, because at the moment I've got this nice mic, my nice Shure SM7B, as used by Michael Jackson and the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and various other artists throughout history, going into a nice Audient ID4, I think it is, but that's only a mono, it's only a single channel input, but it's very low noise, and because this is a very quiet microphone, I need that to be low noise, because I have to crank the volume up on this, and if it's got a high noise, it's going to be really and that's no fun for anyone. But I do have another interface, it's just a lot shitter, and I've got all these other nice mics, and I want to be able to sit down and record podcasts in my room, and also want to be able to do series with Jenny B, and also with my roommate Harry, because I'd like to sit and play a horror game with him, because he likes playing horror games, but doesn't like playing them by himself, and neither do I, because I hate horror games. So seeing both of us playing that might be quite fun. So I need to get that sorted. Mostly I need a mic stand for the other mic. That's kind of important, But yeah, maybe sometime in the future you'll see either of those series, and maybe Luke and me try to play that. And James has to be involved as well for Luke and James, so maybe he'll just be there cheering us on or something. I don't know. He can direct what we do. That's it. He calls the shots. He's like the head honcho, and then we just do what he says. That sounds fun. All right, we'll do that, maybe. Luke and James, we're doing this now, by the way. This is how I'm asking you to do this. Splatoon 2 Splatfest. Now, this was before the game had come out at the end of the month, so I was really, really excited to get on in there, because I really, really like Splatoon 2, and I wasn't very good at it to start with, but I've really, really, really started to get fucking good at it, and that's quite exciting because I love this game. It's very unique, Splatoon. It's not like any other kind of arena shooter out there. It's got a very unique pitch, and I love that. And also a lot of my friends are starting to get it as well, and I think Luke and James are both planning on getting it, so maybe you'll see some more team-based videos of that with actual voice chat and stuff, because God knows I'm not going to be doing that over the Nintendo Switch voice IP thing that sucks balls. Have you seen this thing? You can get Skype on your phone, you can get TeamSpeak on your phone, and you can get Discord on your phone. Why on God's green earth would you ever make the decision to use the shitty Nintendo app to talk to your friends? I don't get it. But maybe Luke, James, and I, and maybe someone else will sit down as a team and we'll play a couple of matches via Discord and stuff, so we actually have the voice chat, and that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to doing that, so if you are as well, let me know down in the comments, like I always say, down there. Cool. Hot Date and Peace Death. These were two indie games that I found. Well, I don't think Peace Death is as much of an indie game, but Hot Date was on itch.io, and that was a weird game. It's basically you go on dates with pugs, and these pugs all have various names and respond to you differently and have various quirks. It's not very complex, but it was fun, and kind of they were very weird conversations, and I liked having them. Like, some of the pugs talked about something about their life being an eternal pit of darkness, or something really emo-y like that. So shit like that was fun. And Peace Death was kind of like Papers, Please, but for dead people and for ushering them into heaven or into hell or sometimes purgatory. And Jacksepticeye was one of the characters. I like how Jacksepticeye is becoming a character in a lot of indie games and as a little Easter egg in some. Like, I know he's one of the Emily is Away 2 icons, so that's fun, I guess. But yeah, Peace Death was good fun, and I probably won't carry on playing it, if I'm honest. I kind of got the gist of it quite quickly. It's, it's semi-fun, but if you guys do want to see it, hell, maybe I'll crack on, because I think the game starts to pick up more and more mechanics, so maybe it'll be like Papers, Please, and some serious shit will happen. We played Refunked, which was a nice relaxing platform that had a beautiful little ending, and if you guys haven't seen that, I do recommend going and checking it out, because it was so much of a nothing game that it just became wallpaper for me just sitting and having a chat with you guys, basically. So if you guys wanted to sit and have a kind of chilled podcasty style episode, that's the one for you. And the ending surprised me just because I wasn't expecting it. It was just a nice way of topping off a very relaxing, simple experience. And the other one that we went straight into from that was Jotun. And Jotun was a very, very cool hand-drawn Norse mythology RPG that was all kind of top-down. And I'd seen it about for a couple of years. I think it came out in 2014. But I was suddenly really entranced by it, especially because it became free on Steam. Because their new game, Sundered, had just come out, or Sundered, I don't know how to pronounce it. But it's just come out, and so they were putting that up for free promotion. And I really loved it. I loved the art style, and like I said, I adore Norse mythology. Like, I really loved Northgard and stuff, and I like the Thor movies and shit. So yeah, I'd maybe like to play a little bit more of that if you guys would like to see that, so do let me know in the comment section below. Super Cloud Built was another one we did. Super Cloud Built was given to me by the guys at, I think it was Double 11. So thank you to those guys for giving me that. Now, my biggest problem with this game was I couldn't handle the wall jumping mechanic, and that was my biggest frustration. Now, I know I bitch and whine about Sonic, but in a Sonic game, for instance, when you've got that momentum, the boring bits are when it grinds you to a halt, and that's what this game has. You run really quickly, and when you're going really fast and shooting stuff, that's really cool and like, wow. But when it grinds to a halt because the fluid controls of jumping aren't quite there, it's just like, you know when you're playing Cluster Truck, how the excitement's there and the jumping and it just feels a bit natural? Sometimes the gravity's a bit weird, but it feels right. In this, it doesn't. I kind of wanted it to be a little bit more like Mirror's Edge, I guess, but I don't know. It was still a fun game, and so I do recommend checking it out if you guys want to play that. I played some Splatoon single player as well as going into the motion controls in the online mode, which I wasn't expecting to go so well. I was basically informed that the motion controls were really janky and hard to use, and I remember that because I picked up a controller once and went, yeah, I don't like this. But when I went on the Reddits, I saw someone saying, use motion controls. It's the equivalent of mouse and keyboard in this game. You track enemies so much quicker. And so I bit the bullet, came home and thought, I'll record the video while I do this because it's going to be shit and it's going to be laughable because I'll be all over the place. And I was a bit all over the place initially because I didn't quite get it, but once I got in the flow, oh my god, I became so much better. My kill-death ratio and my win ratio have just skyrocketed because I now know what I'm doing. I'm not kind of running facing the floor. I can now see an enemy and just kind of whip my controller to the right and turn it, and I will turn. It's great. I knew that up and down the y-axis worked, but knowing that the x-axis works to an extent as well makes that so handy. So I could see them and just turn and go bang, dead. And that's really, really cool. I love Splatoon 2. The single player's alright. I didn't really enjoy it as much as I wanted to. I wanted to play a boss, just because that, made a good end to the video. I didn't realize how long it would take to get to that boss. I cut quite a lot of that video out. I think it was about 40 minutes worth of recording, and it's only a 13-minute video. But yeah, it was good fun to try that. And if you guys do want to see me fight the other 3 or 4 bosses I think there are in the game, I will, because I love Splatoon, and like I said, I love championing Nintendo Switch games. And be sure to keep an eye out on the channel in August, because there's going to be quite a few of those, I suspect, including Overcooked, and also there's going to be Rayman Rabbids with Mario, I think, the XCOM style game, which, hell, I'm going to play the shit out of that. That looks fun, so if you guys are looking forward to that, Ba-boom, ba-boom! And like I said, one of the last games we did was the Surge demo, which Spammels kind of recommended. He said the intro was really good. I didn't like the combat, but give it a try. And Luke and James said, it's great. Luke and James, I know, are big fans of the Dark Souls series and things like that. So I knew that I'd resonate with it to an extent. And I did. The combat's all right. I get why Spammels didn't enjoy it as much. It didn't feel as fluid as the Dark Souls or Bloodborne combat did. I'm not comparing, like, I know they're not made by the same people, but they're very similar games, and I'm trying to keep them, you know, there in my head. But it does feel very Dark Soulsy, and I was hoping it would feel a bit more fluid. It just felt very clunky, but it's a very cool game, and if I find it for cheap, I will actually buy it, because it does seem like a fun game worth playing, and maybe I will do more on the channel. If you guys want to see that, let me know, but judging by the view count, I don't think you guys do. So what's happening to the channel going forward? Well, not really much different at the moment, although I want that to change, because I've said this so many times in these end of month vlogs, but I'm frustrated that the channel isn't moving forward in a way that I want it to. I want to do loads of new content, and there's a couple of things holding me back. Like, this job that I'm doing really drains the energy out of me, so coming home makes it very difficult to do that, and the easiest time for me to do that, to free up my evenings— sorry, I keep itching my nose, by the way, something is really going wrong here. But yeah, I want to get the multiple mic thing set up, like I said, and I want to do these podcasts like I keep talking about, and I've been talking to Jan Animations about doing the logo and doing the stuff so that I can just get out there and get recording. I just want to book a schedule of guests and then figure out like kind of regular features and stuff, because I don't just want it to be a chat, because those are what the Let's Plays are when I do them with friends, essentially. I kind of want there to be a little bit of structure, not too much, because obviously too much structure in a podcast gets a bit boring, but I want there to be some essence of flow, and I'd like there to be some regular features that the audience can also participate in, because that's fun and it makes the podcast more engaging for everyone. So I'll get back to you guys on that soon, but I do want it to get launched, you know, in the next month or two. So keep an eye out for that, and let me know any suggestions that you've got, or any recommendations, or any guests that you'd like me to have on there. I know I'm going to have Luke and James on at some point, definitely Spammels. I'm going to ask Ace Trainer Liam to maybe come on one. Hopefully he'd be up for chat with me, maybe PD Winnall as well. Just guys like that. Mr. Tom, because he let me go on his podcast and things like that. People who I'm, you know, going to reach out to and maybe sit down and have a chat with, stuff like that, because I'm looking forward to getting back into stuff that I used to do, because, you know, I come from a background in radio presenting and stuff like that, so it's nice for me to sit down and be able to do that again. But yeah, this weekend that's coming up is Summer in the City, so that's another thing that's been happening in the coming month for the channel, and that's going to be fun. Also, there's a couple of things that are going to be happening with Game, which is going to be quite exciting. I can't say too much about that just yet, but there's going to be a couple of series that I'm going to be involved with, hopefully, which should be fun, and I'll be sure to let you guys know on our Twitter and stuff. You can find all of our links to our socials, like our Facebook and our Twitter and even our Discord server and our Steam group, if you guys would like to join those. That way you can see us whenever we're online. You can come in and chat with the other hogs. You can play games with the other hogs, you know, when everyone's playing stuff. It's a good way of keeping in touch and keeping that Game Hog family together. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this, you know, another ramble video at you, like I always do at the end of every month, because Spammels encouraged me to start doing these, and I love doing them, because he's right, it is nice to look back on what we've done. Just for those of you who may not have caught up with everything or not wanted to watch everything, maybe sometimes this will encourage you to go and watch some videos that you didn't actually watch, you know? Or maybe this is someone who doesn't care about the channel that much and is just watching a quick month just to be like, okay, cool, so that's the kind of boring shit they do every month to month. Cool, good to know. Unsubscribe. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching, and if you have enjoyed this, be sure to like the video, subscribe to Game Hog if you already haven't, and leave us a comment about your favourite video this month and any recommendations that you have for the channel going forward, including games, new series, or anything like that. Anyway, guys, we'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-sies.